Hey friends and family, many of you have asked how I grill my ribs, so I thought I'd show you with this short video. The conundrum we have is using gas versus charcoal. I think charcoal is better because it has more flavor. So we're going to smoke these ribs low and slow, and we're going to use mesquite wood chunks. About a year ago I started the project of making my barbecue island. I completed it this Memorial Day, and for projects like this. So I'm going to do some time-lapse photography here. We're going to start this project at 4:30 on Friday afternoon. I prepared some of my dry rub. Those are the ingredients. As you can see, I have some secret ingredients as well. We're going to have a bit of a Filipino and Canadian taste profile to it. First thing I'm going to do is inject the ribs with a combination of apple cider and Worcestershire sauce. After I do that, I'm going to generously apply the rub that I've made to both sides of the ribs. On the back side, I'm going to put some of the Filipino secret ingredients on there. It's got some garlic onion powder. Make sure to get all spots. Some of the different pieces of equipment and gadgets I've purchased are some wireless probes and the pitmasterIQ. I found it's best to not use lighting fluid. I mean, since we're really chasing taste here, I think the best method is to use a Weber chimney with paraffin wax cubes. We're going to be using Kingsford competition briquettes here. They're great for high heat searing, and we've got some mesquite wood chunks that I've soaked overnight in water. So we're going to go ahead and prepare the grill and actually split it into two separate zones, one with direct heat and the other with indirect heat. On the indirect side, I've placed a catch pan. I'm going to put a little water there, and that's actually the area where the ribs are going to be. We want this under indirect heat. Place a couple of these mesquite wood chunks on there, a little bit more water in the catch pan. Then I'm going to place my grill on top of it. I've got one of those flip-up grills so I can manually replace some coals as needed. The pitmasterIQ is a real cool gadget. It's think of it as a kind of a computerized fan. It maintains a stable temperature for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it at about 225 to 250 degrees. Think of it as a smart hair dryer that just blows onto the coals, blows hot air onto the coals to keep it lasting. It also helps me not to have to babysit it each time. So we're going to heat up this grill, get it up to a temperature of about 200 degrees. Once it gets up to 200 degrees, we're ready to place that bad boy on there. I'm going to go ahead and place it fat side up because I know when this starts to grill and heat up, it's just going to have the fat render right through. I'm going to place my tailor-made probes on there so I can keep a constant monitor of temperature. USDA wants pork to be a safe and healthy 160 degrees, as you can see, and that thing's going to heat up. Right now it's only at about 88, so I anticipate somewhere between a 3 and a 4 hour cookout. About every half hour I'm going to spray this down with some apple cider just to keep it nice and moist. We're into the 2 hour mark here, and the pitmasterIQ is still hard at work. It's about time to flip this baby over. Again, one of the great things about the pitmasterIQ is I can take breaks along the way. I don't have to constantly babysit it. But it is time to make my barbecue mop sauce, and those are the ingredients. As you can see, I have a bit of a Canadian flair to it, so we've got some Canadian maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, brown sugar. For some kick, I want some red pepper flakes in there, Worcestershire sauce. Used to be a secret, but it's not anymore, a Bloody Mary mix. and a whole boatload of ketchup. So we're going to mix that up, and we're going to heat this saucepan, this pot. I guess I could do it on the grill, but I'm going to do it on the stove top behind me. Took about a half hour to prepare. Once it was done, I went ahead and mopped it on the top side. And the ribs are starting to heat up. They're at about 149, about 11 degrees short of optimal temperature. I want them well done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip up the grates and add a few more coals as that pitmasterIQ continues to blow. So we're over 2.5 hours in. I thought I'd add another wood chunk in there to create more smoke. I've got my mobile probe out just to double check, make sure I'm at the right safe and healthy temperature levels. Decided to take a break since there's some playoff basketball and some playoff hockey. Best time of the year. Game room's kind of mellow today. Kids are playing downstairs. It's at 163 degrees. My mobile probe is giving me a warning buzz and light. It's time to take that bad boy off. We're three hours and a bit in. Going to go ahead and foil this up so we can maintain the juices and put it back on just for a few more minutes. 45 minutes later, after we let it sit for a little bit, I'm hungry. Boy, I wish you could smell this. Time to carve this baby. Take a couple of chunks. Delicious. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye now.